Liverpool held by Everton, 4 red cards in fiery last Goodison Park derby. James Tarkowski struck in the 98th minute to salvage a 2-2 draw for Everton against Liverpool as 4 red cards were issued after full time on a dramatic final Merseyside derby at Goodison Park on Wednesday. Liverpool edged 7 points clear at the top of the Premier League but were denied a vital win by Tarkowski's blistering strike after Mohamed Salah put Slot's men in front. Everton's Abdoulaye Doucouré, Liverpool midfielder Curtis Jones, Slot and his assistant Sepp Kulshoff were then sent off as tempers flared at the final whistle on a night Liverpool will come to regret if they do not go on to lift a record-equaling 20th English top-flight title. "Very tough," said Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk. "We saw the celebrations they had in the end, so we know how much it meant for them, but the fact is it was disappointing for us. Everton are set to move to a new 53,000-capacity stadium in Liverpool's Bramley-Moore Dock next season and gave their home since 1892 a night to remember against their local rivals. Mendel probably sums it up, said Everton boss David Moyes. "A brilliant finish for us. To finish the last Goodison Merseyside derby and score in the last minute is in a way fitting." Liverpool's quest for a quadruple came unstuck with a shock FA Cup exit to second-tier strugglers Plymouth on Sunday. Slot made 10 changes as he resorted to his strongest available side with Salah and Van Dijk among those who had been afforded the weekend off. Everton's own FA Cup exit to Bournemouth on Saturday had punctured some of their momentum since Moyes' return for a second spell in charge. The Toffees had won their previous 3 Premier League games to pull 9 points clear of the relegation zone and got off to a flying start. Liverpool were caught napping on 11 minutes by a quick free kick by Gerard Branthwaite to free Beto, who beat Alisson Becker for his 3rd goal into league games. The visitors could have been swept away in the feverish atmosphere early on, but the Reds' immediate response was the making of champions. Alexis Mac Allister started and finished the move as the diminutive Argentine midfielder ghosted into the penalty area to head in Salah's teasing cross. Everton then suffered a huge blow as their creative hub Iliman Ndiaye limped off in tears after a long stoppage. The first half never recovered its flow amid a flurry of fouls and yellow cards as the Premier League fixture with the most red cards in history threatened to boil over once more. The home crowd briefly erupted once more when Branthwaite fired home only for the celebrations to be cut short by the offside flag. Slot was growing visibly frustrated with the side's lack of penetration going forward and turned to his bench for an impact with Trent Alexander-Arnold, Jones and Darwin Núñez sent on to find a winner. The changes worked as Salah delivered what looked like a potential title-clinching moment. Jones and Núñez exchanged a 1-1 when the former's shot was blocked by Branthwaite. It fell kindly for Salah to prod in his 27th goal of the season. Only a brilliant save by Jordan Pickford crucially denied Salah a second late on. And Everton rallied when Liverpool failed to deal with a hopeful ball into the box, and it fell to centre-back Tarkowski to fire into the top corner. A lengthy VAR check followed for offside and Everton fans had to be cleared off the pitch before the game could restart. When it did, there was more fireworks as Doucouré and Jones were both shown sent off clashing after the Everton midfielder celebrated in front of the travelling Liverpool support. Slot and Kulshoff also saw Reds for taking their protests towards referee Michael Oliver too far after the game. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel, please, to help grow this channel. Thanks. Bayern survived late pressure and win at Celtic. Bayern Munich scored either side of halftime through Michael Olise and Harry Kane, but had to endure late pressure from host Celtic before securing a 2-1 victory in their Champions League playoff first leg on Wednesday. Olise's stunning shot in the 45th minute put the German side in front at Celtic Park in Glasgow, and Kane doubled the lead with a 49th minute volley at the far post. Celtic, who put the ball in the net with Nicholas Kuhn, but had the effort ruled offside in the very first minute of the game, cut the deficit in the 79th minute thanks to Dayson Maeda's close-range header to inject late drama into the match. There were definitely areas in the game in which we could have done better and will need to improve for next week, but overall we scored at the right times, England striker Kane said. They put us under pressure at the end and we had to stay strong, which we did. Whenever you win a game like this, you're always pleased because it's not an easy place to come. The visitors, bidding to reach this year's final to be played in their own Allianz Arena in Munich, had close to 70% possession in the first half but struggled with Celtic's disciplined backline. Bayern did have a chance through Kane, but it took a superb effort from Olise to break the deadlock on the stroke of halftime. The attacking midfielder controlled a deep cross from Dayot Upamecano, cut in and hammered an unstoppable shot into the top corner. They struck again for minutes after the restart when Kane was left completely unmarked at the far post to volley in straight from a Joshua Kimmich corner. Kane's goal made him the first English player to score 60 goals in UEFA club competitions. Bayern were lucky not to concede a penalty in the 57th minute after Upamecano stepped on Arne Engel's foot in the box, the referee deciding against a spot kick after a lengthy VAR review. The hosts came close in the 74th when Neuer was beaten to the ball by Maeda, but the Japanese player's shot rolled parallel to the empty goal before being cleared. He did better a few minutes later, nodding in from close range to pull a goal back. Bayern defended well as Celtic poured forward, and they needed a fine save from Neuer in stoppage time to hold on to victory ahead of Tuesday's return leg in Munich to decide a place in the round of 16. Feyenoord won the first leg of the UEFA Champions League playoff against AC Milan on Wednesday. The Rotterdammers beat the current 7th-place Italian side 1-0 in the Coupe. It was the first match managed by interim manager Pascal Boschart, who replaced former manager Brian Prisk. The Dane was sacked on Monday. Igor Paixão scored the solitary goal of the game in the 3rd minute. AC Milan goalkeeper Mike Maignan made a significant error when the Brazilian cut inside from the edge of the area and shot toward the near post. Santiago Gimenez made his first start for AC Milan. The Mexican was signed earlier this month for €35 million from Feyenoord. Gimenez was substituted in the 82nd minute and was cheered off the pitch by the Feyenoord fans. The second leg will be played next Tuesday in the San Siro. The winner will advance to the last 16 of the competition. Benfica sees upper hand against Monaco in Champions League playoff. Vangelis Pavlidis scored his 6th goal in this season's Champions League to give Benfica a 1-0 win away to 10-man Monaco in the first leg of their knockout phase playoff tie on Wednesday. Vangelis Pavlidis scored his 6th goal in this season's Champions League to give Benfica a 1-0 win away to 10-man Monaco in the first leg of their knockout phase playoff tie on Wednesday. Pavlidis scored the only goal of the game 3 minutes into the second half in the Principality, with Monaco handicapped in their comeback attempts as midfielder Motacim Al-Musrati was sent off shortly after. Benfica, twice winners of the European Cup in the 1960s, will now hope to finish the job in the return leg in Lisbon next Tuesday, February 18th. The winners of this tie will face a huge challenge in the last 16 against either Liverpool or Barcelona. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.